have spent 6 years of my life studying money through a degree in finance, a qualification in accounting, and a career in the field of finance and accountancy. Through it all, one of the most changing life lessons I've learned is how to manage my own finances, recognize my own harmful money habits, and break free from them. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you 9 common bad money habits that often hold people back and practical tips on how to break free from them. Habit number 1, paying yourself last. Most people spend their money in the following order: bills, wants, or even luxury, then save the rest. Surprisingly, in most cases, there is usually little left, if not nothing remaining to save if you use this order. This order keeps you in the cycle of earn, spend, and wait for the next paycheck. This formula will never give your money a chance to grow, but if you start with saving at the front in the order of savings, bills, then once you are able to set money aside for your future. Doing it in this manner allows your mind to automatically update to know the only money you have to spend is your income minus the savings. Naturally, human brain is wired to seek immediate rewards, a behavior psychologists call present bias, a tendency to favor what feels good currently and discount what could benefit us later. See savings as a way to empower yourself first before starting to spend. Financial growth is built on priority, not leftovers, because unless you inherited wealth, the foundation of starting to invest begins with money that was saved first. Save like your future depends on it. To know your reference point in saving, step 1, set aside 15% or 20% of your income as savings. To do this, add all your income sources. It could be your 8 to 5 job, a side hustle that you started, an online job that you're doing. Simply list all your income sources and the income amount they generated for that particular month. Add the total and calculate 15% or use 20%. The decision on whether to use 15% or 20% or more than that should depend on your unique financial situation. And I'm going to explain that in the next few minutes. So if your income, for example, is 50,000, you choose to have 20% as the percentage you use, you will keep 10,000. That is the amount you should put aside for your saving. However, as a general rule of thumb, try to keep this figure not less than 10% of your income. Step 2, decide on what you are saving for. It is important to attach a goal to your saving, whether it is to use it as a seed capital to finance your business, buy a house, or even further in your education. Whatever it is, try to keep this number at least 10% of your total income. You can choose to adjust the percentages saved upward to 15%, 20%, 30%, or even 40% of your income, depending on how soon you want to accomplish the goal you are saving for. When it comes to evaluating your unique financial situation, which I mentioned earlier, this depends on your current financial obligation and how fast you want to meet your saving goal. Evaluate both and identify the balancing point. Personally, for me, my saving percentages can range as high as 40% of my income when I want to achieve my saving goal faster, and as low as 20% when there is no urgency to materialize the goal. Paying yourself first is one of the smartest money moves you can make this year. And in habit number 4, you are going to see exactly why this simple step can completely transform your financial life. Pay yourself first by automating at least 10% of your income as soon as it hits your account to go to your savings account. There are different types of savings account. Choose the one that A, earns the highest interest, and B, aligns with your future financial goals in terms of your timelines and how accessible you want that money to be. Moving on to habit number 2, outsourcing your budgeting to money. When I was figuring out my own financial life and how to improve it, the first step that I took was to recognize my own bad money habits, outsourcing my financial thinking, including budgeting, and letting money handle that for me was one of the harmful money habits that I had to do away with first. And it simply means that if you don't tell your money where to go, based on your priorities, it will automatically prioritize on its own, and when it does, it never picks the smartest option. When you do not allocate your money to accomplish the things you wanted it to fulfill, that money will decide on its own. And that's why when you have cash that you still haven't assigned a job, when you go shopping, let's say at the supermarket or even at a clothing store, you end up buying everything and anything, including the things you don't need, and probably after buying them, you end up not using them. Without a plan, your money disappears through small unnoticed expense. Giving every shilling a job based on what is important was the first transformative financial step I had to learn through budgeting. And it made a big difference in my financial life. To ensure that I always track my money, the money coming in, the money going out, and be sure to set aside a percentage of my income for saving, I came up with this budgeting template, which I decided to call it Growing Me Budget Tracker. You can create one for yourself, but if you'd like to use mine, the link is in the description box down below. All you need is to click the link, go and create a copy, and download it. It's completely for free. To learn how to use this template better, I have a video on this channel taking you through 5 crucial steps of budgeting, and I will link the video down in the description box. If you don't track your spending but wonder where your salary goes, budgeting is your solution. You can use this simple budgeting template like the 50-30-20 rule. However, because this budgeting framework was introduced in 2005 during a different economic time, you can adjust the percentages to 60-20-20 rule or even 60-25-15 rule in order to fit your unique financial situation. As a rule of thumb though, try to keep your needs under 60% of your income and keep your savings not below 10% of your income. For the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting, the 50% represent your needs. You can adjust this number to the maximum of 60% at most. These are expenses that you have to pay to survive. Things like rent, utilities, and like electricity, water, food, and groceries, transportation. And then when you move to the next one is 30%, which is want. These are non-essential things that add comfort or enjoyment to your life. Example could be dining out, coffee runs, Netflix, just general travel and entertainment. The last one, but the most important one, is the 20%, which is savings and investment. So in as much as you can adjust this figure, try not to keep it below 10% of your income. You can adjust it to 15 or 20% or even more, depending on how you want to achieve your saving goals. For example, this is the category where emergency fund goes, investing in money market, circle, retirement planning, paying off debt that you initially borrowed. Moving on to habit number 3, and that is the comparison trap. This is